on my way now. I'm on my way now. I'm on my way now.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. If you happen to be new around here, my name is Trevor and this is Anna. We are the Delightful Travelers. Make sure to hit subscribe and click on the little bell to follow along our ongoing Greek adventures now.
Yes, we are on a new island. If you've been following along, we were on Chios, we were on Samos, and now we are on Syros. So funny enough, we've actually come by this island many times by ferry. Our ferry would stop, we'd look and say, wow, this island looks really beautiful. The city looks gorgeous. It is just as gorgeous in person. I'm so glad we decided to come here. So many Greeks have recommended this island. I don't think it's like super touristy for international tourists, but Greeks seem to love it. And we're starting it off here in the main square. This happens to be the capital of the Cyclades, and this is like the town hall right over here behind me.
Yeah, the buildings here are actually pretty epic.
Yeah.
And then you have like colorful hills of like homes in the background. This is gonna be a fun island.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of you guys are familiar with the white and blue of Greece, the white and blue buildings, that's what I'm referring to. Now this island looks a little bit different than a typical Cyclades island, and that makes us excited. If you guys are excited, hit like. But there's a lot to look at here, including like even the ground we're standing on is
Like
marble.
almost all of the streets are made of marble, which is just crazy. A couple years ago we spent a whole month in Naxos. We went to this little town like on top of a mountain that was all made of marble, and it reminded me a little bit of this.
Yeah, I think you guys are gonna see as we walk around the town in the cute little alleys, more of this marble and just honestly more of beautiful Syros.
So we are actually here in the month of October, which honestly I think is the perfect time to come to Greece. A lot of people are nervous of it because a lot of things start to shut down about the beginning to the mid of October, so they don't really know where to go. I'd say this is honestly the perfect island. There are about 20,000 permanent inhabitants here, so most things stay open year round. So if you're thinking about coming here in the low season, especially between like November and April, this would be great because most stuff would be open.
Yeah, or if you want alleys like this, almost to yourself, both ways. Yeah, you're gonna like that. Cute Greek alleys for the win.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of our favorite things about this town are these streets. We're not on the pedestrian part because there's not many tourists here. There's not much traffic either.
A lot of great shopping as well. So I would say mainly along the water, which we'll take you to, is kind of the more touristy places. But the moment you get off there, you get some really cute local shops. The street is great for that as well if you want to do like some actual shopping and not just get some typical souvenirs.
Yeah, there's all the brands here. Oh, we got a scooter going. So there you go, it shows you like this is a road we're standing on right now. We have one scooter in about 30 seconds. But be warned that in the afternoon, places shut down. They have a siesta.
That's pretty typical of most Greek islands. So probably from like 2 till 5 or 6, things shut down. So if you're thinking, oh, I'll have a nice leisurely lunch and then do some shopping, probably not gonna happen. You might want to do the shopping first.
Yeah, and if you're coming off a cruise ship, take note of that because the afternoons, this place is extra quiet. In between what are the main streets are these cute little alleys where there's little tiny shops.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of like restaurants and cafes in these places. Honestly, this feels like a little bit of like a little more metropolitan retreat. So if you're, going to some like beachy islands, you're spending a lot of time just relaxing on the beach, it's fun to come here and just kind of live a little bit more of an urban life, sit at a cafe and watch the traffic and the people go by. There are of course beaches here as well, but we won't be doing that, probably not. I don't think we'll be doing that in this video.
Yeah, so most of the beaches are actually outside of the city, so you'd have to take a bus or rent a car. So we're opting not to do that in this video. We're gonna kind of stay within the city core because there's so much to do. Also, what we really like about this place is not like we're in Athens or anything. It doesn't feel too busy. It's nice and quaint, nice and quiet, adorable streets. Plus we get to kind of live like a local a little bit more. We get to kind of go around, try all the coffee shops, try all the restaurants. Honestly, it's a lot of fun to explore Greece this way. Well, you guys know us. We are now hungry from all this walking around. We found this cute little place to eat because we were on the hunt for this guy. I believe it's unique to Syros, and it is Fennel Pie.
When you start researching foods to try here on Syros, there is a long list of stuff. Clearly, agriculture, food is a big thing here, going back centuries. You're gonna find a lot of sausages, a lot of fish, a lot of wines, a lot of cheeses, a whole bunch of different things. But one thing I kept reading about was this guy, which is a fennel pie. So fennel is also a big thing here, as are capers. But clearly they have a whole lot of very unique foods here, and I've never seen this anywhere else. I did read that you might see it once in a while in Crete, but it's still different from this. one thing really interesting about it, we've been eating a lot of pies, especially if you've been watching our videos. This pie is really, really thin. Like typically the pies here, like spanakopita and the cheese pies, have like a bunch of layers of phyllo, and this is just a very small, almost like it's been smashed down. I did read once in a while it includes sausage, but typically it's just fennel and cheese. So let's actually try it, see what this like. Wow, that is super unique. I don't think I've ever had anything quite like this, and I don't think I've had anything where the main ingredient is fennel. Sometimes it's used in other things, like it might be in the sauce or like mixed in with meat, but this is like the main ingredient here in this pie. So the main taste that you get is kind of a licorice flavor, which if you've had fennel before, you know it kind of has that distinct like black licorice flavor. Some people really, really don't like that. It's funny, I'm not a fan of licorice at all, but I do like fennel. But I typically like it when it's mixed in with other things, and I like that there's at least some cheese in here to like balance it out a little bit, because I think if it was just fennel, it would be a little overwhelming, but the cheese and the saltiness really helps it.
We're now down at the waterfront area, which is definitely one of the main parts of Syros. You're gonna be here no matter what. It is just lined with restaurants and cafes in this gorgeous kind of like boardwalk walking area. You can see lots of ships behind us, although there were more kind of boats the other day. So I don't know if they're all out right now. It's a beautiful day here towards, I think, mid-October now. So it's actually pretty wild that it's this hot. It's about 24 degrees out, sunny every day.
Yeah, and speaking of the boats, it seems like it seems to be a main place for people to come with their yachts and with their sailboats. Something we did notice was we were here at sunset the other day, and a lot of boats seem to be coming in there. So I wonder if they like go out during the day, visit like coves, visit other islands, and then come back to port maybe around when it starts to get dark. Yeah.
We always say we ever owned a boat, which is never going to happen. Don't worry. We would go out and explore all these islands, but looks like a lot of work. We do own an RV back in Canada, and that's enough work. I can't imagine operating a boat.
I love the idea of the lifestyle of being able to hop on your boat and go to different places, but the upkeep and the actual sailing part of it do not interest me whatsoever.
No, but here in Greece, especially the Cyclades, is the perfect area to have a boat.
You're probably going to notice a giant shipyard in the background. I was actually doing a little bit of research about the history here on the island and of the city here, which is actually called Ermoupoli. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I don't know if we said that so far, but this is the name of the actual city. It used to be like one of the main shipping places here in all of Greece. It was actually considered one of the most important cities in Greece, even more so than Athens, which is what I read. I don't know if that's true, because it seems a little extreme. And apparently the city wasn't actually settled until the early to mid 1800s. There was the Greek War of Independence, and a bunch of people from refugees from Chios, which is an island we were recently on, or Chios, however you want to say it, Chios. They came over here, about 25,000 of them, and settled here.
It's funny, as you're walking along sea level here, you can see kind of this hilltop in the background. It's the old town. It's called Syros. We're gonna try to go there later in the video. It looks pretty high up. We're not sure how we're gonna get there yet.
I read that is actually 1,000 meters. Does that make sense?
That's pretty high. I don't know if you guys will see it in the camera. It's kind of way back there somewhere. Maybe I'll try to put B-roll on the screen right now, but we will go up there because, believe it or not, it's gonna be even older than where we're standing now.
One thing I'm especially enjoying about the city is that there's a lot of palm trees around, funny enough, which if you've never been to Greece, you might be like, well, of course there's palm trees around, but in general, I wouldn't say Greece is full of palm trees. They have lots of unique, interesting trees, but not palms, but they planted a few, like there were some in the square, some over here as well.
Every single way we look, that way is beautiful water. This way, there's a church off in the distance. Like, the more we walk around here, the bigger it feels. Yeah,
this is a fun city to just like take away the map and just start walking and explore. You know, find little places like this just everywhere.
You know, we have to walk down this alley, right? So right now we're on the other corner of the town, not too far from where we just were on the main boardwalk. But oh my, look at the water. Can you guys see that? The color of this water is absolutely insane. We're just surrounded by pure beauty everywhere we look here in Syros. There's like really steep stairs here that go down right to the kind of the ocean floor, huh?
This is really cool. So there are some steps that go down. It's kind of little like, I don't know, baths almost. Like you could actually go and sit in there if you didn't want to go swimming out in the open water, but that's kind of cool. No one there at the moment.
We're just coming up on this absolutely breathtaking church here. The name of this is the Church of St. Nicholas, and it is absolutely beautiful.
Something that we'd read and heard before we arrived here was that something unique to this island is that it's half Greek Orthodox and half Catholic. I didn't realize that was quite a thing or divide here in Greece, but some people might be familiar with that. This is a Greek Orthodox church.
Yeah, this might be the first time we've come across that, like that kind of two different religions on one island. So it's very fascinating. Another thing that's unique to Syros, but it's honestly, come here if you're coming to this island. It's absolutely gorgeous. It's so much fun walking around the alleys.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's like we said, it's fun to just like randomly explore. Sometimes you want your map on. I find maps don't work great just because of probably the buildings and everything. So just explore. It's not that big of a city.
No, and it's actually kind of fun to get lost in. Speaking of cute little alleys, it's a tight fit sometimes, as you can see. This is the norm.
This is the place where you want to have a really small car.
We got some sidewalk back, don't worry, but we also got some more epic views back here.
Wow, this is incredible. You might have remembered a little while ago we said there are no beaches here in the town, but fear not, if you want to go swimming, you can. There's like a little platform area down there that you can go swimming off of and lounge on.
I don't know if you guys will be shocked or not that there are people swimming down there in the beautiful, beautiful sea. Like the color of the water is just absolutely crazy. I said a few times now, it's the towards the end of October. It's still warm. The water would be extra warm. But speaking of someone who's warm and cozy, look, we got a little Greek cat. No, doesn't want to wake up.
I don't think we're gonna go all the way down there today just because we're not prepared to go swimming. I kind of wish we had brought our swim gear with us because it looks really cool down there. You can see like there's a bunch of umbrellas. It's all set up to just go swimming. There's no sand obviously, but like the water looks incredible.
Water's incredible. Honestly, the sights next to these gorgeous buildings are absolutely incredible. The contrast is just out of this world, but we do have something else to show them, and that's, well, where we're staying, huh?
Yeah, you guys always ask us, where are we staying? So let's go there now. Welcome to the very cute room that we are staying in while we're here in Syros. A quick little tour. Run this way, we have like a little closet-y area. There's a chair here, which was originally over there, but we had to move it to put our suitcases around. Got a little desk here, a little comfy chair. Trevor's got a little mini editing suite, I guess.
We got a TV right in front of the bed. It's like a king size, what do you call this? Like a small king size?
I feel like it's a small, I don't know, it's funny when you sleep in different beds like all the time. I start to become like desensitized to bed sizes. I think this is a king.
It's hard to say. It's not a full-size king, that's for sure. I'll take you guys this way, though. So we do have a fridge, which is really cool. We have a little coffee maker. Here is the bathroom. So it's not a very big room, that's for sure. Got a shower, though. This is one of the nicer showers we've come across. Of course, we have a toilet, so it's gonna do the trick. So yeah, as you can see, it's a small room, but one of our favorite features is right here by the window. Yeah, so take a look at this. The screen goes up, and we're right in like an alley. And they have these like gorgeous kind of shutters so you can kind of open and close those. They lock up. And then if you look this way, yeah, like this is just our quiet little alley. And how cute is this? You got like our own little
yeah, and you just mentioned a screen that's pretty rare over in Europe, and they actually have screens here. That's amazing.
Yeah, look at this. Like, I think you can pull this down so you get the kind of the idea. So it's pretty cool because we always have the window open and we can just kind of hear people walking around all the time. I like it here.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, we've just come over to Syros, and I have a Freddo espresso because I got one in town, but more importantly, look at the view we have right now. Yeah,
this is super cute. We're actually way above the town. So this is actually, well, Trevor just said Syros, which translates to Upper Syros. I can't wait to show you the view when we actually find a viewpoint, but when you don't have a view, you've got some really, really incredible little streets.
Yeah, we're back to kind of having Greek alleys to ourselves here. Like right now, we just got up here. Our taxi driver said there is not many tourists here. Like look, there's, well, someone's here. There's some clothes on a line, but how cute is this? It's walking in this really narrow, very white Greek alley.
So it'll come to no surprise for people that have spent any time here in the Cyclades that this this area was built by the Venetians in the 13th century. That's pretty common for all of the islands around here. So they built it up here basically so that they could have a really good view of any raiders that are coming in. Again, we're gonna find that view in a little while.
Just in the backdrop of the town alone, you can see some windmills, some white roofs, lots of blue as well, and you can see little glimpses of the view. I have a feeling it's going to get even better as we go. Well, I think it's safe to say we found one of the epic look-offs. The city looks a lot bigger from up here, doesn't it?
It does, and I don't know if you guys probably would have seen the drone shots from now. When you're down there, it doesn't feel like that big of a city because you're kind of in like a small little, well, we've been staying in this a relatively small area, but then when you see it all spread out, it's like, oh, it's actually relatively big, and you can see also from here all the different islands.
Yeah, you can see there's a cruise ship in today as well, this late in the season, but now I can see that blue kind of dome church a little better.
Yeah, that's over there. One of them. That's the one that's actually on top of the hill. That's not the one by the beach.
Okay, yeah, multiple churches.
Yeah.
Our plan was to go into the church at the top of the town here. It's called St. George Cathedral, but there's signs everywhere saying it's under construction. So that's why we're not going in, just in case you guys are wondering.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool inside. I saw some pictures of it, so that's too bad, but it seems to be under construction. I think it said till November.
Till November, probably a good time to do it because it's so low. You can hear them kind of banging around in there. So.
And this one is a Catholic church, by the way. The one we were at yesterday was Greek Orthodox.
One thing about being up here, though, it's pretty easy to get lost. I mean, there's a few signs around, but they're mainly in Greek. So right now we don't know where we're going. We're going down. We know that much, but we don't want to go too far down because then we might have to come back up to find a taxi to get out of here. So just know if you're thinking about coming here, there's not like a lot of, well, at least restaurants that we have found so far, and I don't know if there's a lot of sights to see other than just kind of getting lost like in the town.
Yeah, I think if the church was open, that would obviously be a big thing to do. I haven't come across any shops yet, but again, like there's all these little like windy, narrow little streets. Sometimes it looks like someone's backyard or like someone's someone's own area, so you don't want to go down it, but there could literally be a shop there. I don't know.
Well, that all said, we did just find a church with an open door. Seems very inviting. We're just going to go in and probably be a little bit quiet. Whoa, this is nice.
I don't see anybody in here, but I don't want to talk too loudly just in case, because someone could be praying in here. It's a Catholic church. What did I say? The Catholic Church of the Lady of Carmel, I think it's called.
I think that was it. Well, how is that for an authentic Greek experience? It's not every day you're just walking on top of a city on an island in Greece and you come across a church with a door open and there's no one in here.
Yeah, literally need to get some go back somewhere, but otherwise you just walk to the front all the way to the back. Don't see anybody around, but this is so beautiful in here. Well, I don't know if I've ever been to a church that's like pink and green.
No, not quite. But if there's no one here, why are we whispering?
I don't know, it just seems wrong to talk loud.
You guys probably can't even hear us. I think it's safe to say this is the most stairs we've ever come across in a town.
I'm so glad that we did not walk all the way up because I feel like I would have died because it's a lot of stuff. We're still like in the town. We're not even down in the city yet. I don't even think we're gonna walk back down, but there's a lot of stairs. My legs are getting a good old workout. I keep seeing these little stickers called, it's a Syros City Trail, so I feel like it's pointing us in the right direction.
Yeah, look, I'll zoom in here. It must be kind of pointing us in the correct direction, I guess, to get back to the city.
I guess so. Well, we have found civilization, or at least one of the, might I say, busier streets here in Syros. I think there's 3 things on it. I found a little restaurant, although they have some loud music, so I don't know if we'll be able to film in there. There's a couple little shops, a few people around. And before I felt like we were literally the only people in this whole area. We saw nobody. We once in a while hear someone's TV or radio coming from their homes, but like it's so quiet. A couple cats around, but not much else. I keep stopping, taking photos everywhere because like literally every corner is so cute. Probably good for my legs because walking down a whole lot of stairs, I think our legs are going to be really sore tomorrow. But speaking of taking photos, we once in a while post some things on Instagram. It's a good way to follow us in real time. We post like stories in the story feature. Usually like a day or two. Sometimes it's in real time, sometimes it's just a couple days after, but YouTube is usually quite a bit behind, so Instagram's the perfect way to follow us a little bit more in real time.
Well, we think we found our way out of here with this enormous set of stairs. Like this just keeps going and going.
Yeah, so I don't think there's any way to avoid stairs, or a lot of stairs. No way to avoid a lot of stairs if you're coming here, because they drop you off at the top, and I think to get a taxi back, we still have to walk all the way down to that main road.
Yeah.
We're probably just going to walk all the way, I think.
At least we get some absolutely epic views on the way down here.
But we're going to have sore legs tomorrow. It's funny, I always like avoid trying to go up stairs because it's hard on your lungs, but I feel like it's a lot easier on your legs going up than coming down. So we're gonna have sore legs.
Well, we'll leave you guys wondering if we're ever gonna make it all the way down these hundreds of steps. We're gonna have to call the video here because we're on our way back. Gotta do a bit of work, of course, but we really hope you guys enjoyed the video here today in Syros. We had a lot of fun. This island, the city, this really surprised us. I'm glad we kind of stopped in and stayed for a good part of a week.
Yeah, definitely a place I would come back to because we only did really the main part of the island. We hear there's lots of great beaches everywhere. I think there's probably other towns to explore, so definitely worth another visit at some point.
If you got this far in the video and you're wondering who we are for some reason, Trevor and Anna, Delightful Travelers, hit subscribe. Why not? It's free and it supports us. If you watch every week, thank you very much. If you're new, welcome. If you're a Patreon or a channel member, extra thank you. Now we'll leave you guys be and you can wonder, will we ever make it? Will there be another video?
If you watch this video, chances are someone didn't just grab our camera from us and create a video, but you never know.
That's very true.
All right, guys, that's it.
From Syros, wishing you delightful travels.
See you soon.
Oh,